Hello and welcome to another edition of Watch Me Suck at Minecraft. Like I said in the previous video, the reason we've been away, bought a house, lots of work to be done. We're at the point now that there's still work, but there's a little bit of time here and there that I can actually do stuff. So here we are. In this case, I'm waiting for some primer to dry so I can put a second coat on because like this game, I'm not good at painting. Anyway, in the last episode, we were working on the mines. Not very exciting, but it got a bit interesting when we hit a underground lake, and we're dealing with that. So I guess some interesting things are happening. So 60 minutes are on the clock. And we'll be starting now. That was fast. I also noticed something. Did I actually forget to... I think I've actually forgot to finish off some of these levels. Yeah, right there. Exciting, but things that need to be finished. Because this looks cheap. Any more like that? Does not appear to be that way. We can turn when I use the mouse. That would be a good thing. I know I could drop into the water, but my luck, I'll miss it. I will either hit the stairs or hit this gravel. One of those. Now we got 19 gravel left, so... And I keep forgetting how, compared to Bedrock, the reach kind of sucks. I don't really need the and we still kind of need this here. So, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm not going to waste the shovel on that. And up here. Alright, so water's still getting in. I'd like to get in. Yeah, we can place blocks now. I always forget how crappy the reach is in Java Edition. I know I already said that, but it cannot be stated enough. And we lost that one. Here and here. We're getting there. And just like that, although it wasn't and just like that at the moment, we completed another level. Yeah, we'll just keep the glass on the outside. And after all, that is the actual structure and how it continues on. So, with that being said, time for the next level. And of course, what we're doing now is trying to remember to get the whole border done first. As you saw in the beginning, we needed to clean up a mess that I left, because I did it wrong. Like I said before, not so stingy once we got the new once we literally got the new levels underground. Alright, we can turn. Windows 10 mice. Windows 10 touchpad drivers. They're the best. And I know it's not just my laptop, because every laptop at work that has Windows 10 does the exact same thing, known as ignore the mouse. Which in a game like Minecraft, or any game in that matter, where moving is kind of an important thing, not good. And lost a piece of gravel in the process. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. But it's an issue that needs to be addressed. That does not help. Although we're in the safety of this giant hole. Which, I had a monster trap that drop them, grab their stuff. Kind of an outdated thing. But again, it's a legacy build, so why not leave it in? Now to build the physical levels. Let me just guess here. 15, 18. We're a little more than midway down this stuff. I mean, we're not going to spend a crap load of time or a crap load of episodes doing this. In fact, let me F3 it. We're exactly there, negative 32. Although keep in mind that the last 5 or 6 levels are typically not possible. So I want to do a block. And this will be a block. Actually, no. Give us that back. This will actually go here, because this is where we gotta dump some stuff anyway. This is where the block down here goes. And the stair continues here. More stuff. Any other useless crap? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Although I don't know why I get this, so I'll just put this here. And I can move that there. And put that there. Might not be needing that for now. Yeah, this is kind of crap. This is where the next level will end. Problem is water everywhere. Well, let's put the stair in since we've got the blank spot here. There we go. And we screwed up. What a surprise. So, step, 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 and block, block. so we need this. And wrong answer. And we took this out. What should be a simple task turned into a massive project. Better answer. Got that right? Good. And this one. Alright, so we have a manageable portion over here, I think. What I'd like to do is drop the water level down a little bit. Okay, we didn't really need to do that. here. Okay, that's not the correct answer. Breach. I know I say it a billion times, but Breach in this version of the game is crap. here. And maybe there. Alright, so I mean, we got some of this done. Actually, a majority, but still, it's kind of craptacular over here. And then I think we got another cave that might be over there, which, those, believe it or not, we can actually deal with a little easier than this. Nope. And a bunch of stuff fell. Alright, so we're pretty close to making this a thing. That's almost... break. Yeah, break. Okay, yeah, there's... Oh, didn't want that. And then this is the corner. So that's the corner. We've established that. Or how about where I want it? Alright, so we got this. We're almost at the end of this piece. Yeah, Alright, let's... This is taking a lot of my simple mind to make work here, so... And normally I can talk to some degree, but... I'm going to put in a window, make it worthwhile. There we go. Down that goes. Fill that in. Torch there. Hey, we completed that level. And it still just comes up full. Yeah, I might just do that. And this will be the entry point. But... And we screwed up the stairs. So, yep, got that. Because why get it right when you can do it my way instead? Step, step. Step. Put those back up here where they're not pressing. Put that out of the way. Got a bunch of stuff we can get rid of. Alright, so we got that. What to do is if we can turn. Actually, we could use the two that I put away. Now, the reason that I put a half step between the doors and have the doors on the other side is that in the event of a... that is not what I wanted. How about where I want to place the block? Actually, it would be good if I can aim. And then I'll take one of these just to somewhat more even. Yeah, we get that. Anyway, zombie can't break down the door because it has to be at equal height with it. You know, as if you put a stair there, the second half of the stair would be even with this door, and the zombie can break it down. If he's half a slab away from it, he can't break it down, but we can get in and out. So, there's a method to the madness. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go. So I don't know if we're going to have to deal with it for the next level. I think we might. There's only one way to find out. We're gonna have to go up on the surface and fix this thing, because it's about to get out. Alright, so we can get rid of the glass for the time being. Well, not actually get rid of it. Alright, so we got the first level. Alright, this is a problem. What I'm going to do is just drop this off. Alright, this is also a problem. Again, we'll partially block it off. Now this isn't as bad as it may look, but we are going to need wood, we're going to need to, yep, right here. Actually, we can gain a little there. We can gain a little there. Put this over here. We can go there. Half of the final day is almost gone. Kinda sucks, but I need it. Yeah, this is almost done. We can just pop this right in. This over here, put this over there, put that over there. Alright. While we wait for that. Yeah, it's been a while. The door's over here. Wonder if this XP farm, which probably doesn't work too well anymore, since the added 64 blocks of depth from the Caves and Cliffs update. Yeah, we gotta take the lightning rods off the buildings. It was supposed to have been that those would... Actually, we kind of need to go... Yeah, we actually do gotta go down here. Like I said, it's been a few years because of having to do a lot of work on a house that I own. And I got this computer slightly raised in the back, so as you can hear it screaming like a jet engine, it can breathe a little easier. Alright, there is something there. Down it goes. And it doesn't help me. It's anything there. That was all that was in there. Yeah, that's another little project I want to get done, is that I want to bore a giant hole under this thing and see what's keeping it from spawning stuff. Oh, there is some stuff in here. So that being said, there was a little something. Yeah, see, a chunk got taken out by lightning. Well, I want to get through this. I mean, like I said, the cave. We can deal with that. We got gravel. We can deal with that. As you notice here as well, and I'll show you. Similar to that cave entrance, every door is a half block off the ground. Or the entry is a half block below the door. Either or. Whichever way you want to say it is how it is. So we don't need the boat. Can we just put the string away in here somewhere? No. How about here? Well, we're going to. I don't know about that. I'll just go here and do is do this, and that can go in there with that. Can grab this, and that will give us a little more experience to play with. We got some more glass there. We might need it. We need wood. Because we put glass blocks where the water is. If we used panes, it would look kind of funny. So yeah, we see the sun's about to go down. So I just knock down some trees. Yeah, when I was made the episode that I did last week, I thought something was wrong with the volume because the trees were, breaking the trees and grass sounded way too soft. Come to find out, that was just the way that the it's just the way the effects work now. That's not gonna happen, but there is a way in. There, we can move. Go. So that's gonna be this collector thing that I built. It's a legacy build, as I said in the beginning, and outside of the first shelter, I pretty much leave everything that was there. Alright, so we went a little too far, and we can move the player. We don't know if we're going to need that. But we definitely need more of these. And yeah, we'll just do that. We don't have any coal. So we can't make any more torch food. Alright. No more torch food, so now we gotta deal with this. Believe it or not as bad. Boy, that corner was tricky to get. Alright, so like I said, this is actually less of an issue. Put a torch there for now. Plenty of this stuff. I'm not worried about losing some. What is this I want? If it comes, which it doesn't. So we're going to cut diagonally here. Not going to meet up with us. Did not meet up with us. If it doesn't, that's the way that is. So let's continue this what little we can of it. Although we can always just go in the upper levels and get some more. So block, block, step. Mess this up, like usual. This is where block goes. This does not. Block, block, step in the wrong direction, step. We go in the regular parts up there, and we only have a couple more minutes left. So let's see what we can get done in what little time we have left. So, it looks like we got another interesting issue to deal with. So, will that be a next week thing or a whenever we have time for it thing? And here comes the waterworks. So we got water on one side, cave on the other. Water to the left of me, cave to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. You gotta be old to understand that one. And believe it or not, even for me, that's a bit fuddy-duddy. So hit this one. And stop. Yeah, once again, we've come up with another interesting little bit that we got to deal with. We're getting pretty close to the very bottom. And once we do, whatever level we can manage being the last, the bottom will be a water pit, so we could just take the quote-unquote express elevator to the bottom, or if we fall off the stairs, we don't wind up dead. So that'll be it for this edition of Watch Me Suck at Minecraft, and we gotta get some charcoal going, whether it's by the tree or actually finding some coal. Anyway, that's this edition, as I said. George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed it and have a good one.